Try that again.
You scream on that.
Oh mate, I'm a salesman. I was expecting it to be locked. I'm like, you're kidding me.
Keep going.
Where are we?
Dreamworld.
And who have we got with us? We've subbed out Mama. We've subbed out Will Boy. Got my sister Brooke. And little Freddo. Dreamworld.
By something we can't see. I was out in the night when something grabbed me. I swear it hurt. Kind of felt like something cold-blooded stabbed me. The streets are playing with my mind. I'm losing everything inside. Time stands still as we go blind. We're losing.
Try that again.
You scream on that.
Streets are playing with my mind. I'm losing everything inside. Time stands still as we go blind. We're losing everything.
There we go. Hello, music Caravan.
I hold my breath and secret. Dear God, from now on I'll be good. No more wars, no more lonesome cries. I'll volunteer in the neighborhood. The streets are playing with my mind. I'm losing everything inside. I'm losing everything inside. The streets are playing with my mind. I'm losing everything inside. Time stands still as we go blind.
life update, or a little car update, probably more so. Feels like that's all I'm doing on the bloody Gold Coast, because that is all I'm doing on the Gold Coast. I am running around chasing my tail with car companies, mechanics, services, suspension. The lock on the back is what I'm doing at the moment. So back to the start. So when we're in Lightning Ridge, a bloke asked me to borrow a hacksaw or anything that he would be able to potentially cut off something on his suspension he was fixing at the time. I said, yeah mate, I've got one. I'll go and get it out of me trundle drawer or me under tray drawer. Went to do it, and the lock mechanism had just completely let go from the knob that keeps the drawer closed on the inside. The lock itself was fine, it was just the actual turning thing. So I'm like, oh my god, we are in Lightning Ridge. There's not a lot around here, so I made the call that we'll limp through to the Gold Coast. And when I say limp through, 800 k's of limping is not easy on some of those roads. It's very stressful, because anything that goes wrong, my tools are in that drawer, including what I was getting suggested to how to fix the drawer itself. My tools are in that drawer to fix it. So anyway, we got to the Gold Coast. I took it to the locksmith. The locksmith said, hey, can't do, it's not our expertise, so no can do. He said we could try Jimmy in an open with their crowbar or something like that. I just said, hang on mate, just hold those horses, because I don't want to be then having to run around and fix a drawer that is now broken, considering that we're going to be driving along to our next destination and all that sort of thing. So one of the reasons we extended our stay here on the Gold Coast is so we can fix all this stuff up. And it just all sort of happened at once. So anyway, I rang TC Boxes, who make the who installed the tray and the under tray drawer, as a warranty claim, because I got it done in May last year, and it's now a week after Easter in April, and said, hey, what do you recommend? He said, well, you can drill through the rod part of the turning mechanism. I said, mate, my drill and all that sort of stuff's in that tray. I can't get to any of it, and to be honest, if I don't do it right, I then have a free swinging drawer that I need to drive places to, which I would have to duct tape up really well so it's not coming away on the highway. So I rang them, and they said, well, we do have a Brisbane office, or one out of Logan, which was about 60k away. So I said, okay, happy to drive there if you can do it on the spot. I said, my car is an extension of our home at the moment. We live out of our caravan, we're traveling Australia. Yep, no worries. And I said, this is not a locking problem, otherwise the locksmith would have been able to fix it. This is the actual turning mechanism. Yep, no worries. So okay, well, I can probably get there either Wednesday or Saturday. They never got back to me on Wednesday. So I'm like, well, I'll come first thing at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, which is today. I turn up there and he's like, oh mate, I'm a salesman, I was expecting it to be locked. I'm like, you're kidding me. I read it through 100 times to say it's the actual turning. I said, I've driven 60k with that in mind. And he's like, yeah, no worries, we'll sort something out. So he's like, it's not going to be a quick fix, so you got someone to go. I said, no, this was the other part of it. I said, we are 60k away on the Gold Coast. This is part of our home, our car's our home. I can't go anywhere. So considering the location, their factory as well. So anyway, 20 minutes later he comes back, it's all done. I was like, what? So he rang some people, and that sort of talked him through it, or talked the other guys through it that were currently in the warehouse giving out deliveries. So one thing fixed, one thing which is good. I got my car service yesterday, everything's great on the car. I also got him to look at the suspension, and he sent me, so this is Shannon from TRS Auto, great guy. He got me in less than a week, because we changed direction on our travels and went from Coober Pedy, did a 180 and come back through outback New South Wales. We didn't really know where we were going to be, so once we sort of got gist of a location where I could actually start getting the services that booked in, I rang him and said, hey, we're traveling, I can't book anything in super advanced, if you got anything in the next week? He's like, we can squeeze in Friday next week, which is probably 5 days turnaround. And I said, okay mate, that is fantastic. Can you also check the suspension out, because something's happened over the last 2-3 weeks where the tow hitch has gone from that to slightly dropping like that. I said, I don't know whether it's the actual tow bar has slipped somehow, or my tools were locked in that thing in the drawer, so I can't actually get it, I can't look at it myself. So he checked all that out as well. or I said it might be sagging of the actual suspension. So he's like, well, have a look. I've got a guy, I know a guy. And I'm like, that's great. So I went and picked the car up yesterday. Service was great, which was fantastic, reasonably cheap. Replaced the air filter, replaced the cabin filter and the wiper blades. Cost me $400. So I've been doing the oil every 5,000k as well, and the oil filter. Probably need to be doing that air filter as well. So, and anyway, I was like, I'll run straight down to this. So that was Shannon at TRS Auto. I just want to give him a shout because he was fantastic. And then Kim, KYM at Mermaid Suspension. I couldn't believe his service, to be honest. I walked in off the street, unbeknown to him that I was even coming. I said, hey, just been to Shannon, he sort of recommended you. So I've come down to see ya, to see what's going on, and what can be done. And he spent probably 40 minutes looking over the car, ringing suppliers to see what they had in stock, because he's like, I don't fit just one type of spring to all cars, because all cars are different, all setups are different. And he talked me through it, and I learned more in that 40 minutes about suspension than I have in my whole entire life. He was fantastic. So I'm booked in next Thursday to actually get the leaf springs replaced, because the ones on at the moment that Petters did, as part of the GVM upgrade, he was saying they tend to put springs on that are the same length in size and stack them on top of each other, which is easy from a stock and inventory point of view, but not easy from a not the best suspension. Best way to do it, you would usually have one and then you would stagger it on top, and they get smaller, like in a sort of pyramid. They get smaller, and that allows the flex of the longer ones to actually flexed and shaped like a leaf, whereas these ones are just flat and sitting on it. So because he took it for a spin, he said it rides both soft and rigid at the same time, and it's one of the weirdest feelings he's had in a long time in a suspension. So not really a title I want, to be honest, but his service was amazing. I'm going to get them replaced. It's only going to cost me $1,500, which I know sounds like a lot of money when you're traveling full time, but all things are running through my head. I'm like, new car, new Caravan, a combination of both. What are we actually going to need if this suspension is completely shot? Is it going to cost me 10 grand to get that? All sorts of things going through my head. Do I need airbags? All that. And he's like, no, we'll try this. And once they're fitted, if it's not doing anything different, we'll take them out and we'll look at what else we can do. So, and again, like, to get the turnaround in under a week, in our situation is so good. Like, we extended that extra week just so we could to get on top of a few of these things while we're in a pocket of Australia that is densely populated, meaning a lot of services available. So there's a few little things in the Caravan that probably need a bit of a fix up. The rocks have kind of hit them pretty hard on a few of the dirt tracks we've done, taking the handle off the grey water. One of the saddles or the brackets on the bottom of the stone guard has completely come off or sheared off, so I need to tighten that up or get that sorted. We lost the drainage release point on tank 1 on our water tanks on the inundated track, as you might have seen. And as I was sort of looking at the rest of the van, it's actually, one of the rocks has actually hit the same tap on tank second tank, but luckily has broken it off right before the water would have actually been lost. So I probably need to look at that as well. So but the Caravan itself, touch wood, because I think I've spoken about in the past with the car, everything's going smoothly, and then all of a sudden it's just going like that. Caravan itself has held up really well, so we actually need to get a service on that at some point while we're probably Sunny Coast or somewhere a little bit further north. But yeah, that's a bit of a life update from the Gold Coast. It's not the Gold Coast that we kind of expected, but I do kind of feel like all our ducks have lined up a little bit at the moment. I feel like I'm on top of things a little bit more than what I was. So we've got 2 nights left at the Big 4 out at Helensvale, which is out near the theme parks. And then we've got another 7 days in Tullabudgera Creek, which is going to be good because it'll give us a coast element of the Gold Coast. We can just relax a little bit more there, go for a lot more swimming, and just do a whole lot of nothing. Actually feel like we've slowed down, because it has been a pretty gung-ho month, maybe even longer, to be honest. So anyway, long chat. hopefully I can actually show you some stuff that is nice about the Gold Coast rather than me just chit-chatting about the car. So anyway, cheers.
Keep going.
National Park. So, winds are up today. Winds have been up actually in the Arvos for the last couple of days, and they're going to be for the next few. So, been trying to do outdoor activities of a morning, and then trying to fill in time in the Arvos out of the wind. So today, we're going to one of my heroes. I've got 3 breweries that I really love in Australia: Blackman's Brewery in Torquay, Colonial, or CBCO as they're called now, I think it is, in Margaret River. And both those breweries make the experience, like actually visiting the breweries, make the experience better, I think, for the beer. And today, try number 3, Balter Brewery. So it's in Caravan, 10 minutes from where we're staying here in Tally, or Palm Beach, or whatever it's actually, Tally Creek Tourist Park. So yeah, they do say, what is it? Never meet your heroes. I'm going to meet one of my heroes today. So actually, I should say I got 3, but Ropetown Brewery might actually jump in the. Might have to extend it to 4. So yeah, I don't know. Cool story.
Hey now, baby, I'm a-moving with your vibration. Hey now, baby, got me losing my concentration. Hey now, baby, don't you tease me with your temptation.
Balter Brewery, 3 thumbs up for me. No, it was good. It was just a cool feeling. It's well designed. They had a DJ in there. It's Saturday today, so it was getting super busy when we were there. But yeah, had a few schooners, a few of the dark ales. What do you think, Mama? Pink, what'd you have? Gin fizz.
Yeah, it was really nice. I don't know, I like it when a brewery has an option for the driver or the missus.
Yeah, good place. Go there and try the limited releases stuff. The stuff you can't get in a can at BWS. is what I always suggest at a brewery. So anyway, Balter Brewery, Caravan, 10 thumbs up. Just pulling out of Tally, what do you call it? Tallebudgera Creek Resort. It's been really good actually, like really good. We were there for 7 nights, so it's been a bit weird. Sort of, we've hitched on the Caravan twice in 2 weeks. We've had 2 7-night stays here, so but no, it's old school. It's got enough mod cons. It's got pool, it's got a kiosk, sells everything including beer. It's got a food truck outside, it's got a playground, it's got an adult pool as well. It backs onto the creek, so you've got a swimming enclosure there, or you can just swim at the beach, which has got lifeguards and life-saving people there. But you can go under the highway, so you don't have to cross it if you want to, and get all the way to the beach. It's got the Tally Surf Club across the road. It's really, really cool. You pay for it, and we probably had 4 nights there where Queensland was back to school, but the last 3 nights have been Anzac Day long weekend. So it's Anzac Day tomorrow, it's Monday today, so everyone's taken the weekend off, and it got really busy, really full, which is not a bad thing. The sites are big enough anyway, so yeah, loved it, absolutely loved it. What do you reckon, Mama?
Yeah, I loved it too. I started looking at real estate because I don't know, I love the beach area. The colours of the water at the Tully Creek running into the beach remind me of Thailand. It's got some real deep greens and aquas and stuff. It was really nice. Just really nice to relax too. For, I don't know, I don't think we've done 7 nights anywhere before, have we?
No, we've done it back to back.
It was super nice. It was really nice to catch up with Ash's family and then just relax after that once they went home. So, what do you think, kids?
I got to go to Dreamworld with my dad and my cousins, and we went to Wet n Wild too, and I made a couple friends.
What do you think of the Gold Coast, Will?
The big jaguar.
Yeah.
No, the Gold Coast in general has been, I don't know, I think because we started at Big 4, which is kind of off the coast. Well, it is off the coast, and you've got to drive to everything. The busyness of it was kind of, I don't know, a bit daunting, I guess, unless you were staying in the park doing, which is plenty to do there. But the Gold Coast itself, I think anywhere south of where the light rail finishes, so basically Pacific Fair South, is really cool. So anywhere from Mermaid Beach, Burleigh Head's got to be one of the best places in the world, I reckon. It's busy, but the busyness creates the vibe as well. Then when we were at Palm Beach, down to Caravan, down to everything below it, it's right down to Snapper Rock. So it's just really cool. We got lucky with the surf. It's been a bit windy in the Arvos, but that's okay. It's been cool to see waves on tap basically, and watch the surfers go at it. Some of the kids out there, I reckon they're smaller than Eva, and they're absolutely shredding those waves. So I don't know what else. We went to Dreamworld, went to Wet n Wild, which I've already spoken about. Top Golf, I don't think we filmed much there, but Top Golf, if it's Monday to Thursday, $50 an hour, it's amazing. You got to go there. It is even with family, not that we took our family, we did a bit of a boys trip out there with my dad and my brother-in-law Mitch. It's just really well done. Food's good, beers are there, the games you play and the actual golf is awesome. But yeah, what else did we do? I don't know, just felt normal. Like we kind of had, I went for more runs here than I think I've been on the whole trip the last 3 months. Just going to the beach, went to the surf clubs, we're fat. We spent far too much money, below our budget. We went to, I think, Nobby's Beach, North Burleigh Surf Club, went to Burleigh Mowbray, went to Tally Surf Club, and yesterday we had some drinks at the Vikings, Caravan Surf Club, where Sunrise have got their Anzac Day, Sunrise, the TV show, the morning show, whatever it is, got their TV special tomorrow, which they're all setting up for. So, I don't know, it just felt really normal. I don't know how this will come together as an episode, because we haven't filmed a lot catching up with my family, but it's just felt good. It's felt normal. Yeah, beautiful spot. GC done. We are on our way to Noosa now. We're actually going to zigzag a little bit here. Probably go to Noosa for a few days. I've been chasing some packages basically around Australia, and when the parcel collect works, which I might talk about in another video, when it works with Australia Post, it works well. When it doesn't work, it's a bit of a hell show. So gonna go up there, then we might actually come back down and check out Byron for a bit, and thinking about even maybe having a couple more nights on the Gold Coast, because we just feel like we didn't do everything we wanted to do in 2 weeks. So anyway, Gold Coast, done kids, done, mum.